Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutloud.com, and this is my pre-market game plan for today for Thursday, November 3rd. It is 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to start off with the chart of NQ, obviously the hourly chart, and we have bottomed overnight and found support at 46.94. We made a low of 46.89.5, and we bounced from this area. We took off the overnight high of 47.13, and we're continuing strong into 47.20. This is a critical area. So this is an area that I will watch continuing for the rest of the day today, because if we break above this 47.20 area, we have a chance of going back into 47.40 and 47.60. So is this going to be the turnaround Thursday? We're just going to have to wait and see. So other than that, we did see a flurry down yesterday, a continuation lower following the FOMC meeting. So these have been two prior straight days down. And if this is going to be the week bounce, and if we're going to continue lower, then obviously we're going to wait for a retracement all the way to 47.12, 47.10. And if we should break this 47.10 area, then we should look to short for potential targets into 4700 and 46.80. And the next target is going to be 46.75. But again, the key is right here in this area. So we want 47.15 to hold, and we want to trade above 47.25 in order to continue higher. And this is where we're going to wait for more confirmation for a potential continuation higher. We're going to see what that happens. But nonetheless, the London session took the price higher. And this is going to be the tug of war right here, because if we trade, like I said, below 47.14, we have a clear shot lower. And if we trade above, then we can continue higher. So today, it's a 50-50 shot at long or short. But it's just we have to wait for the right for the right prices at the right time. I'm sorry, YM. Okay, here we go. YM. YM is already trading into resistance area right here. It had a really nice attempt overnight, and so far it is trading at 17,916 and has resistance at 17,940. This is going to be the area that I will look to go long. So if it breaks 45 or 50, this is going to be my bracket area, 45, 50, my cushion area. I'm going to look to go long for a correction all the way into 18,000. So this is my game plan for today for YM. If we break below, I'm going to look to short, but only under 17,900 for a continuation lower back into the 17,850. And let's move on to ES. And yes, I like ES and I like NQ more for longs rather than YM. So if we should see some selling happening, I'm going to turn to YM to short. And if we see some more bullish activity throughout the morning, throughout the first minutes of the morning, I'm going to shift my attention to NQ and ES, because ES already broke above the first area of resistance, and we have clear support for me right here at 2094. Unfortunately, 2095. 2095 is support. Unfortunately, resistance is all the way at 99. So that's a little wide for my taste, especially for ES. But as long as we're holding this area, we can even look to buy off this area for a potential target, first off into the 2100 area, and then we're going to go for a second attempt into 2105. If we break below this area, so I'm going to look to short, but only below 2093.50, and I'm going to have a protective stop over 97 or 98, and I'm going to look for targets into 2090 and 2084, this prior low right here, and continuation lower into 2080. On the daily, we broke all areas of support. However, at 2077. So don't be overly aggressive, because in this area at 2077, we do have a pretty much a rising 200 on the daily chart. So that's going to be an ultimate target. And remember, prices can bounce off that area. Let's take a look at gold, GC. And gold is acting bearish, but I'm pretty much done with gold right now, so I have no interest in gold. I'm going to show you the daily chart until it forms, another. Until it sets up again for another buy or sell opportunity, but I'm pretty much done with it. So this is the area right here at 1256 where I called a few weeks ago gold long. It had the follow through. We reached my target. I'm done. I'm done with gold. So I'm not going to touch it. And from the intraday point of view, so I'm going to go quickly to the hourly chart again. It looks like it found support into a prior area at 1288. It's bouncing slightly into this area. It has another resistance, which you can see that it ran right into 1296.80. It's a tough call because right now it looks like a very slippery trade for me. So I'm going to wait a few days on it. It is hitting the 50 moving average on the daily chart. So it is also into an area of a lot of resistance from prior price action. So I'm not going to touch gold for an intraday trade or for another type of trade. So last but not least, CL. And CL right now looks more and more bearish to me. And actually, I did mention yesterday CL lower and into $45, and that's where it went. So we were getting a bounce, and we did get a bounce in extended hours and a base. The key is going to be here, because if 45.30 it is going to hold, we might see a bounce area. I also drew some Fibonacci's, and we do have a lot of support at $45 area. So we do have another layer of support right here from which we can bounce. However, this is not looking very, very great so far. So we're going to see after the open how everything is going to line up. But right now, so the pit is open and it's trading 45.48. It's trading a little bit on the weak side. It also has a lot of support at 45.37, and that area can be a potential bounce here. So we'll see how the price is going to digest. We're just going to have to wait for more confirmation and for more volatility to step in. All right, this is all for today. Thank you for joining me. And let me remind you that we do have a day trading and a swing trading class this November, and it's actually next week. Next weekend, it is from the 12th to the 18th. We have 2 days on the 12th and the 13th, education classes from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And from the 14th through the 18th, we have a trading lab where we implement everything that we have learned in the 2-day session. Also, the classes are fully recorded, so if you want to learn more, you can visit our website at tradeoutloud.com/futures, or you can email me at info@tradeoutloud.com to find out more about this upcoming class. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.